Good day, beautiful people, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. Wednesday, August the 3rd, 2022. Doing it, no big deal, on the outside with the gang, with the crew, with you guys all around the world and the beautiful people of the city here in downtown Toronto. We're at the corner of College and Spadina. This is the border of Chinatown right here. This is where I brought you. Ring, ring. Somebody called us just streets. Hello, you want me there? I'm there, baby. We're doing it. We're, again, on the border of Chinatown. I've been meaning to come here and do a set for some time. It's been a thing that's been calling me. And here we are. We're at the corner of Chinatown. Or at least corner of Spadina and College Street. Hopefully you guys can see everything in the background. Hopefully the noise isn't too loud outside, so my voice is getting recorded. That's the plan. As you can see behind you, if you look closely, that's the CN Tower right there. Look where I brought you. That's how you get the whole view of the city. You know what I mean? So come here. Stay where you are. You don't need to come here. You can check it out by the internets or come here. What do I know? But I'm just saying. It's right there if you want to get a good glimpse of it. Man, oh man, Chinatown, public transport, a lot of things to talk about, of course. Where did it all begin? Where did it all begin? Where do Chinese people come from? How old are Chinese people? Thousands of years. They go back. This community goes thousands of years back. This community, not like this particular one. Chinatown is relatively new, but my Chinese people, they go way back thousands of. But this one is fairly new. This is a new Chinatown. Not like the newest Chinatown, but it's up there amongst the babies. I'd say roughly 200 years ago. Roughly 200 years ago, we put an ad on the 200 years ago we put an ad on the internet, on Kijiji, and we asked, we're like, what are you guys into? We're building railroads. Is anybody into it? 200 years ago on the interwebs, and the Chinese people liked it. They're like, yeah, especially the men's with penises. Rock and roll, baby, rock and roll. The good boys and girls of the city taking care of each other. That's what that is, man. You don't get that just anywhere in the world, or you might, depending on where you are, but that's top-notch service right there. Okay? Nobody's getting bamboozled. Nobody's stopping for no donuts, coffees to go. Let's go, baby. You want to have a heart attack? This city's the best place for heart attacks, I think. Anywho, anywhere, anytime, we're out here doing it. So yeah, around 200 years ago, we asked for a little help and assistance. We're like, we're building a railroad. We need some bodies, and the Chinese men came over and they settled somewhere down there in that region near Union Station, and they were a big help, and we thank them for that. Thank you for the Chinese Canadians for doing it. And then I think we had to rebuild a portion of the city, so a portion of the Chinatown, it got moved and relocated, and it was a thing. I'm not a historian, so go do your own research, but we're at the border right now. A lot of beautiful people are out on the city doing big things, amazing things. But man, before we get into it, I just want to let off a little bit of steam, if I may, if I can. They try to get to your boy. They try to get to your boy. They try to get me. Oh man, I ain't gonna go down like that. I ain't gonna go down like that. You're like, how did it go down? Let me explain to you what happened yesterday. I'm out doing my laundry as I normally do. Speaking of laundry, before we get into that, side note within side note, baby. Story within story. That's a story within a story within a story. Laundry, hand laundry, was actually one of the first professions taken over by the Chinese Canadian community. Down here, we did it like everything was hand done. Everything was done by hand. These hands, if these hands could talk, not these particular hands, but if Chinese Canadian hands could talk roughly 200 years ago, they'd be telling you stories about how they came here and dominated the laundry business, amongst one of the restaurants and laundry businesses. Those were amongst the few available options at the time, and that's what it is. You make that bank, make that paper, baby, however you can, and then you flourish. That's the Canadian story, man. But they try to get me. Okay, side note, that was a little tangent related to the Chinese Canadian community, but it had something to do with laundry. That's why I side noted it, baby. So they tried to get your boy yesterday. They tried to get your boy yesterday. How did they try to get your boy? I was doing laundry as I normally do. You know, I go in. I had a big load. That's typical, you know. Big load, 2 loads. That's normally how I load up, baby. 2 loads at a time. And it needed to be washed. And I take it downstairs in the building's communal laundry room, where the building is communally equipped with laundry, which consists of washing machines and dryers. That's washers and dryers. That's the both worlds, because you don't want to just have washers or dryers. Man, that guy with his loud music interrupting the pod, you know, I'll work with that guy, but I'm not gonna hang out with that guy. You know what I mean? I'll work with that guy, but I'm not gonna hang out with him, man. That's that guy and his Jeep. Don't get distracted. Stay on track. So the building's equipped with a laundry room that comes with a washer and dryer. A boy takes his load, puts it in there, 2 loads. Had a lot of laundry done. And then I wait half an hour for it to finish washing so I can go downstairs and pop it back into the dryer. Now, this is the second time this has happened. That's why I'm bringing it to everyone's attention. If you build a building, and inside that building you build a communal laundry room, which consists of laundry that is comprised of washers and dryers, and you put up nice signs. Hey, no more than 2 machines at a time. Now that gives you options. You could use 2. That's open to interpretation. That's open to interpretation. No more than 2 machines at a time. You could use 2 washers at a time. You could use a washer and a dryer at the same time. You could use 2 washers or 2 dryers at the same time. You could use 2 machines. That's 2 machines at a time, okay? So that's the thing. I did my laundry. Everything's been washed. It needs to be dried. I get downstairs, and this is the second time that this happened. Somebody's finished drying up their laundry, and they've left it in the dryer, just there, sitting there. And that's 3 of the machines are like that when I got there, and 2 of them were already in cycle. So 2 are in cycle, 3 are occupied, but they're just done drying. They've did it. They've dried up. No more moisture, no more wetness. They've taken that H2O out of those clothing items. I wanted to say parchment. Let's go with parchment. They've taken the water. They've taken the H2. That's what I want to say. They've taken the H2 out of the parchments. That's what I wanted to say. And it's just sitting there. And I get there with my little, you know, I'm emptying out my wet laundry into my basket, and I'm looking at these machines. 2 are in use, 3 are occupied, but just sitting there. And I got to open them up now and see what's inside. And you know, it just makes, but that's this, they wanted to get your boy. That's how they want to get your boy. They wanted me to go down like that. I'm not gonna go down like that, playa. Because you leave, first of all, let me explain something to you. If you're out there washing or drying, be aware of the time, you know? Be aware of the time. Do you even know where your laundry is today? You know what I mean? You can't just do laundry and leave it there in the building's communal laundry room consisting of washers and dryers. You can't do that, because there are other people, hundreds of people that need to be doing laundry and drying up. So now I'm there debating. Do I go in, remove the dry laundry, place it on top of the dryer nice and neatly? But the thoughts that are going in my mind, I don't want to be touching your crap. I don't want to be touching your drawers. I don't want to be touching your t-shirts, especially when they're still hot and warm. And there's and let's break it down. This is where, oh man, this is where gender comes into, you know, this is, you know me, dog, I'm all about gender. Males and females, genders, the 2 sexes. okay, if we've got male laundry that needs to be, you know, if it's male laundry, I'll wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because I'm patient. Like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you're gonna make me wait. You make me wait 25 minutes, and I'll do the waiting once. But the second time, I'm gonna be like, you know, 1 minute, 2 minutes goes by. I'm not gonna just stand around looking like a damn fool with my wet parchments. So I opened these bad boys up. 2 of them were filled with ladies' clothing items. So those are, that's a shut and close, that's a close and shut case. We're not going near that. We're not going near, they want to get your boy to go out like that. Because I know how this works, playa. I know how this works. And man, that's all I need. Up and coming podcasting sensation. Up and coming local podcasting sensation gets caught handling women's drawers. Laundry. Drawers. Undies. Why'd I say drawers? I want to say like, man, you know what I mean? That's all I need, you know what I mean? Because that's the thing. If I wait, you don't come half an hour, and if there's nobody, like, oh man, so many emotions. I can't just go in there willy-nilly. I could if I were that guy, but I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna go in there and grab your laundry, your wet, or no, rather your dry undergarments, your unmentionables, and have it in my hand. As soon as I got it in my hand, as I'm about to place it over the dryer, now you open the door to the communal laundry room, which consists of washers and dryers. Now you're walking in through that door. You're walking in through that door. Now what do you, I got your dry laundry. It's in my hands, and these giant male hands. How does that look on your boy? It's not gonna go down well. I'm not gonna be on the 6 o'clock news and it's gonna be snapping pictures. It's gonna be videos, and me just flabbergasted because I'm holding onto your G-string. I'm like, I swear to God, I just want to place it on top of the dryer so I can put my wet laundry in the dryer so that we can all be on the same page, so we can all be dry. But now it's a whole thing. So if the clothing items, if I open the, you know, open sesame, what's behind door number 1, ladies' delicate items, close that door. We're not going down like that. Next door, you open, oh my God, again. What is that, a bra? What is that, panties again? Ladies, I don't want to be doing this, that. Oh, I really love doing this, but I don't want to be doing that. See where I'm going with this? So, second door, close it. Third door, open it. A fella, the other half of the gender sexes, the other half of the gender sexes doing male activity. Now I'm debating. I'm like, man, it doesn't make me feel any bad. I don't want to be touching a dude's nasty ass underwear either. It's just what it is. I'm not that guy. I don't want to be caught in that situation either, because this story could go either way. Whether you're dealing with female underwear or male underwear. Like, again, door of the building's communal laundry room, which consists of washers and dryers, opens up. You happen to come through. I'm holding your boxers in my hand. It's me and your boxers. How's that gonna look? Not well. I swear to God, this is and I'm bent over. I'm bent over with you because you gotta bend over. It's not a good look. I'm bending over and I'm pulling your drawers out of the dryer, dude. And I'm like, get your hands off my boxer. I don't want to have my hands on your boxer. I don't want to have my hands on your G-string, your wife beats, your shorts, your pantaloons, your neck warmer, your socks, your toe socks, your gloves, your whatever else you launder. I don't want to be touching it. So remove that within a reasonable amount of time, which is 1 to 5 minutes. I'll give you 5 minutes because I know the building's got old elevators. It could take you some time, close to 5 minutes. Segway time. I got a ticket this morning because the elevator, listen man, listen, the building's elevators are old, and I'm gonna have to petition this parking ticket once again because I arrived at 8:01 And that fellow was right there, 801. I'm like, fella, it's the old elevator. He's like, not my problem, dude. And I'm like, I get it, you're doing your job. And I kept it cool. I'm like, I'll take it like a man. But inside my mind, I'm cussing, dude. Cussing big time, and everything came out in my mind to that beautiful fella just doing a job for a paycheck, solving nothing. It's not even a busy street. 1 minute, and I got it right. I've already written an email, but it's the elevators, and you're gonna be like, man, you should give yourself maybe 10 minutes of extra time. You give an inch, they'll take a whole 10 minutes. Beautiful 10 minutes. But that's so I get it. If your excuse is the elevator, I will give you 1 to 5 minutes of buffer time. But anything beyond that, you're just playing it fast, fella. You're playing it loose, and you want to put your boy in a compromising position, and it ain't gonna go down like that. It ain't gonna. I'm not gonna throw it all away at the laundry room, dog. Not this guy. But that's what that is, man. Along this street right behind me, you'll see streetcars, which, by the way, we didn't get to last time. And I wanted to get to it a little bit maybe today. So these streetcars, if I'm not mistaken, came to Toronto around 1849. 1832 is when New York got it. You think you're better than us just because you got it roughly 20 years ahead of us? You think you're better than these bad boys? Came down here 20 years. We wanted to see how it goes. We wanted to see how it goes. We wanted to see how it all goes down. And we gave you 20 years. We're like New York. You're gonna bring streetcars. Whatever you can do, we can also do it slightly better, slightly different. And this is much the same as it was the same. It was originally the same. It all started on the same. Man, I see a parking ticket on that fella's truck right there, and I feel that brother right there. That is a good guy. You don't know that guy. That is a good guy that deserves maybe a 5-minute buffer zone. Maybe, and you've given him 20 minutes. Okay, that guy is a jerk. He's just taking up parking spots left, right, no wait, left, right, somewhere in between the center. But he looked like a nice guy, dude. Honestly, I got a good glimpse for like half a second. Nice fella. But you know, connections, this is how we connect to the, oh man, I feel his pain. He's gonna have to petition that ticket as well. I wonder what he's gonna blame it on. Man, I hope you have a better story than I do. Elevators, man, it's a thing. It's an older building. It's an actual thing. Why don't I just climb out my window, you ask? I don't want to be a show-off, dude. 7:30 in the morning, everybody's walking and taking elevators. You want to see your boy just fucking Spider-Manning it up and down the building? How's that going to make the rest of the neighborhood look? How's that going to make the rest of the neighborhood feel about themselves? So, despite the fact that I may do certain things, I'm not going to resort to it. Need be, I'll resort to it, dude. I'll go up and down a building like a damn spider going up and down a building. So these were brought here in 1849, and they didn't look like this back in 1849, I can tell you that. The streetcars originally we didn't have electricity, all right? We built the railroads, we had the carts, these same streetcars, we had them, not these same ones, but like relatively similar in vibe, as in they were like a tin box of sorts. These are much better. Those were, man, rough. I'm guessing for the time really good, but like everything's retrospect. But before electricity, we had the rails, and we had donkeys and horses in New York and Toronto pulling these streetcars, dude. So man, that was a hard sell. You're like, why don't you just ride the donkey or the horse? You know what I mean? Cut the middleman. Why you gotta put yourself in a tin can and then have a donkey or a horse pull it? Or like, oh, you don't want to get into technology, you're so... And they were right. Because they didn't know it's gonna be equipped with like electricity and shit. But they built half of it, and then later on it got equipped with electrical lines and what have you. And that's a little bit of history right there. Remember those dates, very important dates on any test. general knowledge shit. Highly valuable. Do not forget this information. This isn't like forget your social security number, forget the balance on your bank account, forget how much you're making, forget your overdraft, forget your expenses. Forget those things, but 1849, remember this, okay? And remember the good people. But that's what it is, man. Related to laundry and the beautiful Chinese Canadian community who came over and took over that business, man. Because before that, you know, people didn't dry their shit. People just went like, you know, they washed their stuff but didn't dry it. Everything was air dried. You know, you'd wear that, you'd go in the river, you come out, you wash yourself, you wash your clothes, you air dry. And we lost a lot of good men and women to pneumonia back in the, I want to say, really before, man, medieval times. A lot of people lost to pneumonia just because, you know, people started washing but not drying. And the origin, before fire even, because like thousands of years ago, before fire was invented, people used to go in the river, wash their bodies, wash their clothing items, come outside and just give a good like really like try to breathe on it and dry it out, and that didn't work too well either. So again, we lost a lot of good fellas and ladies to pneumonia and such. But eventually somebody sparked a fire and man, we started drying stuff. And then people originally had dreams. Before even fire came around, people used to, like, again, jump in the rivers, wash their bodies, wash their clothing items. They'd be like uncomfortable, but they were more rugged back then, men's and women's. Everybody was just more rugged. So it'd be cool, but somebody was just a little bit more, you know, living in their head, picking up, you know, phallic shaped fruits off the ground, eating it, and then daydreaming, and then telling other people about stories, making up things like, man, one day our great grandkids will have equipment that will somehow use energy to both wash and dry their clothing items. And somebody smacked them on the back of the neck and he's like, Frank! They're like, Frank, you need to stop eating whatever these fruits are and start concentrating on the hunting and gathering, Frank. You've been having far too much of those phallic shaped fruits and you're living the future, man. We need you right here. We need you to be here. Frank was a dreamer. Shout out to Frank doing it, man. Frank had a dream and a vision. He didn't know where it came from, of course. They hit him from another dimension of sorts. He was trying to like tell other people, oh, come on, have a bite. And they're like, no, man, that thing's way too phallic shaped. He's like, let it dry, it won't be so phallic shaped. They weren't for it. Eventually they were, but that's a whole, man. Remember the propaganda campaigns back in, you know, the BC? Remember? The heavy propaganda campaigns in the BCs. I'm not talking about British Columbia, dude. That's BC. Because of Christ. No? Body of Christ? By Christ? I'm gonna go with before Christ. I think that's what that is. Little uncertain, but I'm gonna go with before Christ. Things got out of hand, man. But you know, that's just a little bit of laundry. And but they try to get your boy, but I stay cool, calm, and collected because I'm not gonna go down like that. And different stuff happens on different days. I also happen to wake up this morning and I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. I noticed I'm now the proud owner of a gray pubic hair. I don't know how long it's been there, but I just noticed it. It's one. It's just looking at me. It's kind of sad. But I'm trying to look at it in a different light. I'm trying to look at my pubic hair as more sophisticated now. Down the line, if more grays should sprout, I might even dabble in a little bit of just for men's for pubic hairs. I'll do it, dude. That salt and pepper, put glasses on top of it, That's sophistication. A little bit of class, maybe, if that's your thing. Personally, I'm not into it, but if that's what the gang wants, we'll class it up, baby. I'll get one of those reading glasses. My eyes are good, but it'll just be like regular glass. You won't know. You'll look at it and be like, man, is that, you know, is that for reading? Nah, it's not. I'll be honest, it's not. But you know, because that's, and you're like, that doesn't exist just for men's pubic hair dye. It doesn't exist. This is why I'm, oh god, so many businesses I'm in tangled, and I can't even keep count anymore. Here we go again. Shark Tank, if you're listening, we need to team up and build and create the first ever just for men's pubic hair dye. Who doesn't want that sophisticated, cultured look for their nether regions? I know I do. I know I want my stuff to be all sophisticated, cultured, well-read, some might say. I want that. So let's team up and bring the goods to the, because I've done the research, I've done the traveling, I've experimented far overseas, abroad, and in here. I've done it all. I have the I've got the secret formula, and we'll make it together. And ladies, whoa, 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 whoa. Beep, beep. Yourself, fella. Just going beep, beep, not backing up. That's, man. Talk about a car who cried beep. You know, you go beep, beep, you're not moving. Next thing you know, you need your beep, beep to be recognized. It's not recognized. You beep, beep far too many times. Loud vehicles are close by. It's a truck, it's a mixing truck. It's a cement mixing truck. Look at all the cement. Look at that. That's what you want, that's what you get. You get a lot of that. We'll mix it up. When you're dealing with cement, you gotta mix it up. You can't stay stagnant. You stay stagnant for 1 second. It's a matter of life and death. There's a fella inside every one of those containers, like a hamster, just running. And if he stops, he will, man, we've lost so many good men in those. You see a turning, you're like, man, there's no way there's a fella in there. It's electricity in the engine. You think we use electricity all willy-nilly for everything? There's a man in there right now, spinning like a hamster, because he's got to mix concrete for you and me. Where's his thanks? And we're the ones that stopped. Never hear those stories. Just a fella about to take a step, but he was just too tired for that one final kickback, and he's still in there. As a reminder for the others now beside him spinning, so that they shouldn't stop spinning. Always keep spinning, baby. But you know, that's just cement mixers. But yeah, we'll reach out to the, so all the Gladyamadeit fans, you'll be equipped with the latest and greatest. I can't believe it's just for men's. Pubic hair dye, and ladies love it too. So there you go, taking care of business. You're like, how did you notice you've got a gray one? I was manscaping, as I normally do once a month, in a good month, and I noticed it, and it was just staring at me, reminding me that life is precious. Life is precious. With the honking, people with the honking, trying to do it I will, whoever that is, they're getting their honks removed. I will do it myself, dude. I will get in there. I'm in that dashboard right now. As soon as these videos are uploaded, I'm unplugging whatever is equipping your car with that extra, because if there's no need, and is there ever a need for a honk and a horn? You're like, in emergency cases. Well, you be the judge. You looked, you saw what was going on behind me. Was that an emergency? You're like, well, we gotta react. Was it an overreaction? Did we overreact back there? Keep calm and collected. Stay on track, stay on point. Ice cream. Fuck yeah. So I support the ice cream businesses that are catering to the beautiful men and women of the city, providing you with that dairy. These are the heroes of our town, man. Ice cream men and women made up of ice cream. 75% ice cream, 25% love. I've seen it on these trucks. Great guys, great ladies. Man. So I had a random thought, food for thought, penny for your thought if you will. You know, silly fun fact. You know how there's gotta be, I'm working on this thing. You know how there's like, right now it's all like, you know, most people aren't, but like, what gets out there in the media? A lot of times we're focused on like gender this and gender that and sex this and sex that. And at one point you did hear, things are getting better of course, but at one point you heard murmurs and rumors of gender neutral bathrooms, which I'm not down with. But what I am down with is people reversing that. Gender reinforced bathrooms, dude. Food for thought. We put some manly men and womanly women outside a men's and women's bathroom. Like imagine just your average manly man. A manly man wearing a leather hat, wearing maybe a typical manly fishnet wife beater, and a pair of leather pants as manly men typically do and normally do comfortably all day every day, like the good folks of the city. All these guys, I'm looking around and everybody's wearing them. You're like, no he's not. No, if you look closer, he's not. But we got a couple of, and just that fella doing like, you know, or like that fella with a baseball bat and like, again, he's got the leather outfit with the leather boots and everything, just like, yo, men's bathroom this way, come on in fellas, just like, you know, because have a lot of fun with it is what I'm trying to say, you know. Put a female with a similar haircut, and maybe she's a high school shop class teacher. Yeah. Put her outside the ladies' bathroom and have her just like working with saws and tools and shit, inviting the ladies in. Right this way, ladies. Vulvas this way. Come on in. You got a vulva? Come on in. That's just what I was thinking about, and I had to share it because this is all about sharing. We don't hold back. We don't let anything hold us back. Nothing's holding you back either. Baby boys, baby girls, thank you so much for all the love and support. If you've been with me from the get-go, I appreciate you and I love you. It means a lot to me. Thank you for being a part of my journey, letting me be a part of yours. If you're just joining us today, just a silly goose out here trying to have fun with the city, with the people of the city, with you on the lines. We're going to be seeing each other in different places, of course. We're going places. And I thank you for your love and support. If you like, follow on Instagram to help the algorithm. If you're watching on YouTube for the full-length videos. Oh my God, you're on the YouTubes. You simply search Rob Sadri or Gladyamadeit and you hit the subscribe button to help out your boy on the algorithm. Oh man, you're on the right track. So thank you to everybody. And for doing that, I take care of my guys and gals out there. My guys and gals are well taken care of, fam. You're like, what are you doing? Every week, every month, or what don't I do? I'm given, oh man, they're like, a lot of people aren't gonna like me for saying this. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. I'm gonna come under a lot of heat because they don't just, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, dude. free monkeypox for everybody. Free monkeypox for everyone. They're like, no way. Way, I did it. Everybody, the whole crew. That way we can know who we are, what we are. And you're like, is there a cure for that? I don't know. Talk to the monkey or the bat. What's up with all these animals? Chickenpox, monkeypox, bat schmovid. Have you, is it just me? Or are these animals just causing a ruckus, running amok? Who are these animals? Who are these animals? Man. Or is it humans? Is it a case of the old, how did it all begin, dude? How did it all begin? Chickenpox, did we make love to chickens? Monkeypox, did somebody fuck a monkey out there? If you did, let us know. If you did, let us know. And how did it go down? Because does that regularly happen? Like, is there a subculture of people who are into fucking monkeys? And if that's the case, couldn't you have found one that is clean? One of those baboons or whatevs, dude, with a big red, you know. It's just out there. It's red. It's, man, I don't know how you're into that. Prolapsed monkey anus, dude. Prolapsed monkey anus. And you couldn't find a clean one? You had to go get one with extra, oh God, and then you put everybody else at risk. That's how I think it started anyway. Science. Doing it, baby. Holding it down in the city with the beautiful people of the city. Doing it every day, each and every day. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Man, oh man. You gotta be extra careful when you're driving in these areas. I'm talking pedestrians. I'm talking cyclists. I'm talking drivers. I'm talking streetcar drivers. I'm talking the immobile just cruising down the street. Using their hands and wheels, you know? Gotta be careful. Every year, we've lost millions of people. Accumulative throughout history, not like one time in one city, millions of people due to the old hit and run. Those numbers are not right, but millions of numbers collectively, of course, sure it happened somewhere. But you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful. You gotta have your faculties intact. Can't be all just willy-nilly swerving in and out of lanes. Whether you're walking, cycling, you're immobile but you're mobilizing. Whether you're driving a car, you know. And I've seen people mix all of the above into one, dude. It's just a fella on like one wheel. I've seen a fella with no wheels just rolling down. Like, how you doing this? Like, future. And he zips down the street. I'm like, okay, I don't get it, but to each their own, man. I'm not judging. And you can find anything in this place. If you were to go further down, you'd find many, many beautiful Chinese restaurants and other people too. I gotta say, I know it's Chinatown, but you're not just gonna find Chinese people. You'll find all sorts of people here. All sorts of people here. So that's beautiful. But mainly it is Chinatown, or a good portion of it at least is. And just want to put that out there. But I wanted to specifically come here because I genuinely love this view of the city. Every time I'm either walking or driving or crawling or doing backflips down there, because I do it. You don't see it. I do a lot of things that you guys don't see. I wrestle bears as a hobby. I don't do it professionally, of course. You know, I'll rescue people who get mad. If you ever have like, there's a cave somewhere and like there's a expedition, or you know, a school maybe taking some kids on a field trip to go and check out this beautiful, wondrous cave, and the cave happens to collapse, I'm the first person there. Yeah, I don't flaunt it, dude. I don't go out there saving babies from caves. You're like, why they're, I don't know why they're taking babies inside caves. I honestly don't know. I don't know. They're like, it's safe. And then next thing you know, I gotta be in an underground tunnel filled with water, and my equipment is, man, do I take my equipment with me, or do I, what can I do? Is this like, are we running on full oxygen, or just like, can I take half the tank? Are we gonna be able to, oh, so many people bring back. So, you know, amongst those things, and I do other things as well, but you know, this is just about us. You don't need to do that. Not everybody needs to be edgy. Not everybody needs to be rescuing children from caves and stuff. All right, I didn't, but I wish I did. Like, I don't wish that. Actually, you know what? If it's something, okay, I'll be completely honest with you. If it's a cave that I'm familiar with, and it's something that is doable, like I don't want something that I don't want to take a bite that I can't chew, you know what I mean? But if it's just like, you know, half a cave, smaller rocks, and it so happens that we have a few of these small rocks fall, and maybe there's a group of children in that cave. No entry's blocked, dude. You can't block the entry. That's too much. I can't lift that much. Like, I can, but I don't want to. It's all about preserve your health, you know? So ideally, you know, and those children, I'm hoping they're close to graduating high school, so I could just be like, follow me this way so they can walk out on their own, you know what I mean? And none of them, oh, they better not be, none of these high school kids better be fat. If any of them are fat, dude, I'm not carrying that shit around. I'm being honest. I'm being very honest. Slim built or athletic built, a healthy, husky looking built, fine. If you injure a body part, because I'm used to, again, grappling the bears and everything else that I do, I'll put you on my shoulders, I'll carry you up. But yeah, if we can just get like a little tiny cave and little rocks falling, but I'll film it in a way so that it looks more drastic than it really is. But I want you guys, I want everybody to be on it, and we'll do it safely. You know, that'll be great for the pod. Local podcasting sensation saves dozens of almost adults from a near-death experience. Emphasis on near-death. And I'll talk with those youngins and I'll tell them, hey man, if you put in a good word and say, man, that was a real tough circumstances, so that my video can go, hopefully, you know, up there somewhere. It's a learning lesson for them. It's like volunteering. You can bring your school note thingy, and I'll say you volunteered, dude. There's your 40 hours of volunteer work. All you had to do was risk getting trapped inside a local cave, and we don't even have too many of those. So, really, just because I can't pay you guys, not now anyway. Down the line, splurging. For the time being, it's all about community, it's all about grassroots and having each other's backs. And if need be, should a cave start caving in on you, I'll be the first person to notify the cave emergency response unit. And if they're not, we don't have that task force, man, it's just me, huh? Once again, doing it by myself. all the heavy lifting, but you're welcome, dude. I'll save y'all. I'll do it if I, again, hopefully I won't have to come to that, but I'm just saying. The beauty of Chinatown is that you can, one of the many beautiful things, first of all, my favorite part of Chinatown, you can say Chinatown. Because you can say Chinatown, but you can't say China man or China woman. Chinatown, good. China man, not good. Man, changing lives. We basically covered everything. History, economics, modern transportation, humans of today, doing daily activities. We tackled laundry, and we even spoke about the origins of laundry. Man, so all in all, if I were to say how did today go, I'd say it went swell. One thing is I could have easily lost my cool yesterday. Things could have easily gone down a whole different path, but I chose to go the higher road. I said, no, I'm not gonna lose my cool over some laundry. I'm not gonna be that guy. And you too can reach that level of comfort within yourself, so to not lose your cool if push comes to shove. Just step away from the scene for a second. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And if it is, do it. But if it's not, reconsider your options. And that's basically life. Bunch of options and considering things. Debating. Should I go this way? Should I go that way? You'll see that people just literally, as I said this, 2 live people just did what I just said. They came this way and they're like, oh no, we gotta go that way. I caught it in my periphery. Hopefully you guys saw it too. And that's just people making decisions. Do we go left or do we go right? Do I zig or do I zag? Sometimes you gotta do both. Sometimes you're provided with all the pills. The red pill, the blue pill. Some take the red, some take the blue. Some mix it up. Some don't even take any pills whatsoever. So, it's what life is basically your oyster, grab it raw. Grab it raw. But anyway, I was trying to say that, yeah, in Chinatown, you can find many beautiful things. Like knockoffs, dude. This is the center of knockoffs. I'm talking knockoff everything, dude. T-shirts, pants, sweatshirts, clothing items in general. Generally speaking, clothing items. Generally speaking, sir. You can find any clothing item in Chinatown as a knockoff. Am I wrong or am I wrong?
It's in Chinatown. It's down the
It's
street.
down the street, that's what I'm saying. Generally speaking, of course. Generally. Ah, good generic people doing generic things. And you can find knockoffs is what I was trying to say. Like real fake knockoffs. Normally you can walk into a Foot Locker or something and find the same t-shirt marked up for like $100 or three for $100, or it's been a long time since I've been a Foot Locker. Because man, these guys do a fine job. I can find the same thing for a fraction of the cost thanks to questionable, labor practices, maybe some child labor, which frankly I'm a fan of. You know me, dog. All about the birth rates. Push them out, push them out, push them out. Let's go. So, sure, it might not be like the best quality, but is anything the best quality these days anyway? That's what I'm saying, man. So when I can get the same t-shirt for $2 down here, why would I go to Foot Locker? I don't need to, I don't need to go online. I don't need to outsource that. I don't need to go online and click on Amazon and then have some company that owns another company that owns another company that owns another company somewhere in God knows where, getting children to make those garments with their tiny little cute little hands, working their little machines. Big machines, little hands, working nonetheless. I can just do it right here, dude. I think. I don't know who builds them or creates the garments. All I'm saying is that's a good deal, and I'm looking out for our the dollar's being stretched. I'm looking out for our pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I love you. Thank you for all the love and support. We're growing, hence the grayness. We're aging together, one gray pubic hair at a time. And man, this is frightening at first sight. You're like, oh, how did it happen? Who knows? But again, stay tuned and I will provide us all with Just for Men's pubic hair dye that women love to enjoy as well. Okay, I'll get that going. Enjoy the monkeypox as previously mentioned on the house. I love you. Talk about it. I'll be back here again on Friday. Spread the word. You can find it on YouTube, Glad You Made It, Rob Sadri, Instagram, Patreon. Peace out.